heard from others that aligner is not the right way, or that you don't want to get into braces.
What if the braces that go behind the teeth?
I will tell you, it's something that I would say a lot of people come to us for. Lingual braces, aka behind the teeth braces. We invested in this technology right when we bought our Las Colinas location. So welcome back to episode 2 of the Define Orthodontic podcast. I am Gunny, one of the co-founders, and to my right is
Dr. Kirat, Sodhi.
Awesome. Like I mentioned to you guys, this is something we're super excited about. I will tell you, it's something that I would say a lot of people come to us for. Lingual braces, aka behind the teeth braces. We invested in this technology right when we bought our Las Colinas location. And I really want to give kudos to Dr. Sodhi because, she was the one that was like, hey, we'll probably need a differentiator. I was not in the industry at all, a very different background, still doing supplements and other things in the health and wellness space. So I was like, okay, this may be a good decision. What is all involved? And I think back in the day, I always like to go back to the Steve Jobs quote, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only do it looking backwards. I feel like we were positioned really well to not only bring this technology into our office, but then to really master it, because we got a lot of chairside repetition. What that basically means is the team was really involved in learning this new technology. It's a totally new and different way you do braces. I mean, instead of the outside, you're doing it on the inside. So it's really nice. And this is kind of what we'd like to get into, kind of why we love the technology, who it's really for, and then what are some of the benefits. I think some of the things that is amazing is a lot of people think that as adults, and this is mostly a lot of times our demo is adults. I would say 28 to maybe 44 is really a sweet spot, or even beyond that. But these are for adults that have had braces and, as many times we see, didn't wear the retainers as much as they wanted to, lost the retainers, whatever it is, teeth shifted, or they still wanted to, they didn't have braces when they were younger and they want to do aligners. Then they realize with aligners, the 22-hour wear, you have to take it out anytime you eat or drink anything that's not water, is not really conducive to their lifestyle, and it interferes. So, and then most of the time you don't want to get braces on again because a lot of them are in customer facing roles. So I feel like this system really fits in well right in between there. It's behind your teeth. It's working on automatic. It's usually also the results can be seen pretty quickly as well. So I'd love for Dr. Kirat to kind of get into it, and then I can also jump in where, I see from a consumer point of view, this is really applicable as well.
Okay. So, I mean, traditionally we've seen whenever people talk about braces, like what's the picture that comes to the mind? The picture comes as like, we've got metal all over the teeth, and there's like rubber bands, and there's like colors and hooks and things. So that's what people imagine when we say, hey, you're getting braces, that's braces. And traditionally that has been the case for the longest time. And then we saw a big wave and a big change that came with clear aligners. Things came in, and, as adults started getting into wanting to get their teeth straightened, we had this big wave come in where we had like a lot of aligners that came into play. We have different companies now. Invisalign is one of the biggest players, of course. And now there's like different brands, different types, of aligners and companies coming in, and a lot of great work happening with that. And we even had like at-home aligner company, which I don't recommend, but something that happened. We had a huge wave of that happen where a lot of people were doing at-home aligners and stuff. But you have to understand that teeth are still part of our body, and we want to make sure that they're well taken care of. But then there was still a market of people or a group of people, or a segment of people, or whatever you want to call, where they were like, I want to straighten my teeth. I don't want to be seen with metal braces in my mouth, but I am really bad at keeping aligners in my mouth. I can't wear them, or I'm not really good at wearing them. Is there any option for me? And then people were looking into, what if we get the braces that go behind the teeth? So those are the lingual braces. Now, people think, and we've been saying that, okay, it's a new concept. It's actually not. It's a very, very old concept. Lingual braces have been around for a while, for many, many years, because development, like people have been like playing with the idea of them, and there are different brands and different companies who have provided or produced lingual braces at different phases of orthodontic development, and, research and development has happened. But I would say what has changed is that we have this new system. It's called INS smile braces. This new system has what has made the life of, as a provider, my life, as my technicians who help me, my assistants, RDAs, and who work with the patients, and as a consumer who gets these braces, they've made their life so much easier because it's such a simple and an easy way to do the fix. And that is actually the more special point here. So that's what's has kind of like done where, people are just liking the fact that, okay, they have a different option. They have a different thing that they can still lean into, and we'll go over. What do you think, Gunny? What do you see as a consumer there?
I feel like it really fits with an audience. Again, like you said, the aligner aspect of the product doesn't really fit their lifestyle. And then braces, they don't want to be seen in it. However, I will tell you that, and we tell all of our patients that are interested in this, with it being lingual, and I'll kind of show you, we did bring one, with it kind of being lingual, I'm not sure if you guys can see it fully, when the braces are behind the teeth, and again, this is a custom system, which is why I think also the efficiency and speed is so good. There is some time to get used to, so your tongue gets used to it. The speech is also one of those things that you get used to. I would say in the over 200 cases that we've done, usually the time that it takes to kind of get used to it is about 30 to 45 days. Then the mouth is very resilient. The tongue gets used to it as well. But this population of professionals that are, again, the screen a lot, on calls, a lot of customer facing roles like sales, leadership, exec, and they still want that perfect look. They want their teeth to be perfect because to them, a lot of their brand, a lot of their image is built up with their appearance. And I feel like this is where InBrace really comes in Smile really comes in and really helps define that. And I think what we have learned from these patients is that a lot of them come in with that professional aspect. They want to advance their career or look a little bit better. And that's where this product really fits in, I feel.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of the adults, and mostly adults, that take this. Like, I'm not to say that teens or kids are not a candidate, but I do feel like they, we're talking about a discreet treatment option. And if that's not, like, you really don't mind being seen in braces, like, their aligners are a really good option for most majority of the patients. But if you've tried and failed at aligners, or you don't want aligners at all, then yes, absolutely. This is a great thing that we do for our patients. Our patients love it. I would tell you this, like, out of, probably like the 200 plus patients that we've done so far, they come back and they are absolutely loving it. It is a custom system, so it's very efficient. It moves the teeth faster because we're focusing on the problem areas and we're fixing those. And a lot of patients, so the most common questions that I get asked, and it's sometimes interesting because we get these questions from a lot of people who are, online and social media ads, and they see these ads and they ask the questions, oh, it's a tongue shredder. It's going to shred our tongue and it's going to cut my tongue. But I will tell you, like, and we've seen and experienced with so many patients.
Sorry to bother, but I don't think we've had a single patient come in that has a cut tongue because of it.
No.
I don't think I remember seeing a single patient.
It's super bold to say that, but we've never had one single patient or one single episode where they came. Yes, they've complained about it being rough or my tongue being a little raw in the first week or so.
But I would say you hear that with braces.
Absolutely.
And aligners also cause discomfort. Don't feel like aligners is just a smooth
I've had
journey
patients,
as well,
so we've had about, I think if we've counted it correctly, 4 patients out of the 200 which opted out of this treatment because of discomfort. But there were different reasons for discomfort. And I've seen like that happen. Never a cut tongue. Never a tongue where it's like bleeding or something like that. And that doesn't ever happen. It's rough. Yes. It's not the most smoothest. Yes. But only in the beginning. Only in this first maybe 7 to 10 days, maybe up to 14 days, maybe the first month, know. So what happens is like our body gets used to it. Like it's the same thing with the braces. It's the same thing of any appliance that we use. Like we use expanders, we use like, whatever kind of things we'd use. It's not going to be the most comfortable experience in the beginning. You get used to it though. Food getting stuck, very common, can happen. That happens with regular braces as well. Braces, anything on the teeth, we've glued something on the teeth and we're moving them. Yes, there's extra areas where food can get stuck and you will have to make a special extra effort to clean them. Water flosser is perfect. It comes so handy in these situations. It cleans up, you pressure wash those systems, makes your hygiene really good. And we are very careful. We want to make sure all our patients are on 3-month cleaning protocols with their dentist. They go to their dentist regularly, make sure that they keep their gums healthy, bones healthy. That's a priority always. You can brush and you can floss. You can floss through these wires while these wires are in because there is no contact. The contacts are open. And that's great. And then, of course, it's such a smooth and easy easy way for patients to fit in their lifestyle. Tell me what you hear more about. Like, I know that you hear this a lot about the lisp side of things, because something put on the lingual side of things, it's going to mess a little bit with their speech. What do you think there happens?
And since we've been doing this for so long, you usually recognize and pick up on certain patterns. Absolutely. To be very honest, I hear people have lisps with aligners too, by the way. So with it, especially being on the inside, I do hear that the lisp does develop. And as soon as a patient is bonded and leaves our office, some patients have a more pronounced lisp than others. And it's so dependent on who the patient is. What we actually advise the patients, and what we've been told from the InSmile team, is actually a lot of times when they get the align or the braces on, they talk less. You need to talk more. The more you talk, the more your mouth gets used to it, the more your tongue gets used to it. There's specific, it's interesting. I was talking to Dr. Schwartz, and he said there's a specific song.
Rainbow Passage.
Yeah, the Rainbow Passage. If you sing that, and by the way, guys, a lot of times we're alone, either in the car or other places, go crazy, go loud there. That's where you need to. You don't need to do this in the audience, And so you can do this and sing the Rainbow Passage, and your speech and your tongue and everything adapts. So that's what I would say about the lisp. And it is, for a majority of our cases, I would say it's temporary. It's like if you're on a 12-month or 18th-month protocol, which I would say our average is maybe 15 months, it's not going to stick around the whole time. We've had patients where, yes, the first month, 2 months, even 3 months, you can still hear it slightly, but then our patients come back and it's completely gone. And sometimes you forget they're even in treatment because there's nothing visible. There's no attachments. There's no braces. So it's really a unique system.
So I've seen that, again, like, it's a very specific product for a very specific category of patients. Not everyone's meant for it.
Yes.
And it's not meant for everybody. I get asked this a lot, like, so we are still an orthodontic office, and this is one of the additional treatment options that we provide our patients. It's not that, everyone coming in is getting, you're getting a lingual braces. No, we still have to go through your treatment plan. We still have to diagnose the treatment options for you. We have to see what the issue is, how are we fixing everything. And once we've gone through that, once I have kind of determined through your records and CBCTs and your scans and everything, then I'm presenting you, okay, are you a candidate for these lingual braces? But I will tell you, the patients who want these will want these. Like, sometimes I have to convince people that, hey, get traditional braces or get aligners might be easier for you. They want it and they are ready for it and they know what price they're paying for it. So,
and on the flip side, I would say sometimes they come in wanting lingual, and then we're like, actually, based on kind of the records and your dentition, you may be a better candidate for maybe simple aligners, or hey, if you really want that beautiful wow finish, that's something that maybe braces were more comfortable in. So it's not necessarily that you're only going to be, we're only pushing this or that. That's why, again, the theme of this is pro-patient and understanding what the individual wants, and from our point of view, guiding them what's right for them.
Again, yeah, absolutely. So it's like a lifestyle fit. It is like, okay, you want options, but then, okay, are your teeth ready for discrete options like aligners or lingual braces? Or are you meant for a more complicated, stuff that we need regular braces for?
Exactly.
But once we have determined that aspect, then it comes to like, okay, what is the efficiency we're looking for? Are we looking for 24/7 constant working things, which is braces? So lingual braces will be the option. Or are we open to a little bit limited treatment time where you are the control, where the patient is the one? If you put the trays on, the teeth move. If you don't put the trays on, nothing moves. It kind of goes back a little bit. So it's all about the lifestyle fit. It's like getting to know them better, doing the diagnosis, and then providing the option. So again, at the end of the day, it's a little bit of patient's choice, but again, it's something that I want to make sure that I'm providing the best fit for my patients, and then based on that, they make their own informed decision there.
Absolutely. I had a couple of questions for you, and then I'm sure I can provide insight as well. I know we get asked this. So if these are so unique and so awesome, and there's an option for adults, why isn't everybody doing this?
That's a very interesting question. And I will tell you that as a provider, as an orthodontic office who's providing orthodontic services, it takes a lot of time and effort to introduce a new technology into your practice. So it's not that the other orthodontists are not capable, or that's not the right word, but like, they're not wanting to do it. It's a different system. You have to understand, it's not just like, I'm going to have metal braces and I'm going to have ceramic braces, and like, it's just braces. It's just a different type of braces. The process and the procedure and the protocols and your SOPs remain the same because it's braces. But this is a complete different system. You need to have systems in place. You need to know what are the steps involved, what's the pre-work needed, what are your assistants comfortable working in the lingual. Working on the inside of the mouth is not for the faint of the heart and for the faint of the back. If your back, it's a back-breaking work, and not just for the doctors and providers. Like, kudos to our big shout out to all our orthodontic assistants who
they're amazing.
do almost 90% of the work for us. We're treatment planning, but they're sitting in the chairs and doing all this work. So
and special shout out to our team too. You guys have fully embraced the InSmile system.
Yes, absolutely. So it depends a lot on your team, your office flow and everything, and how you have adapted this technology. So I completely get it when an orthodontic office decides that they're not going to provide this service. And it's not fun and easy if, emergencies or some things happen with broken brackets, pokey wires and stuff. And it's not fun at all if that ever happens inside the mouth. So, but we've done that. We've kind of refined our protocol so well that, it runs like a smooth, well-oiled machine at this point. But I think that's the biggest reason here that not every office is doing this.
Absolutely. And I'd like to maybe take this question on. And a lot of people say, okay, so I've been putting it off for so long, and if you have been putting it off and you've been noticing every day you wake up and you notice the crowding, you notice the spacing, you want to fix, and you've heard from others that aligner's not the right way, or you don't want to get into braces, come in for a consult. Come and check out the system. Like, check this out. Maybe have a visual closer look at it and check out the Typodon, and then we can show you some before and after. If this is really bothering you, there's no need for you to continue to live with that when there's a very clear solution that fits your lifestyle. Nobody even knows you're doing it. We've had some brides that have literally had it on at their wedding, and unless they show it, it's not visible. We've had many patients like that. So don't keep putting it off. It's a wonderful system, and rest assured, you will be dealing with one of DFW's #1 provider for lingual too, which means we have a lot of experience with it and a lot of happy, satisfied patients. So thank you guys so much. This was all about lingual. We love the product. We stand behind it, and the technology is phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. On episode 3 is going to be a fun episode. We're going to be talking about fact or fiction orthodontics. It's going to be a quick rapid fire with Dr. Kirat, Sodhi, and we'll just be kind of talking about certain things that maybe you've heard. That'll be a fun episode to do. It's more going to be on kind of like a game show style rather than more of a conversation to mix it up a little bit. Thank you guys so much.